Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. This is Dungeons & Dragons Onslaught, a two-player miniatures game by WizKids. This is an official Wizards of the Coast board game licensed product, and these are painted miniatures. Now, just briefly, I'm going to show you the size of the box. It's kind of maybe bigger than a Kallax. You can see it's slightly bigger from an edge perspective, so just be aware that it might not quite fit on your shelf. As you can see, it does weigh a fair amount. So in this particular game, it's a tactical skirmish game, and what you're looking to do is ultimately defeat the baddies. Just double check the weight, yeah, 2, 2, 4, 7. And these are fully painted miniatures. Now this retailed in the UK at UKG last year. You can check out my playlist for that at £140. I know it's now cheaper than that, around 89 or so in the UK presently. Now, like other games I've brought to you in the D&D universe, it happens to be paper in terms of baggies. However, I won't necessarily go into all of this, just in case there's something like, I don't know, it's a surprise or something like this. So, in this particular game, you are basically going to be either jumping up onto something and firing down, rolling D20 dice. Check out my dice distancing videos. Now, there seems to be a plastic-free production, apart from the miniatures. I'm guessing the miniatures would be plastic. And I know that the dragon is like that in Heroescape. So we've got a paper kind of envelope, very nice and shiny looking going on in here. Got some silica gels, probably because it was made in China. I need to make sure the humidity is the same, hence the use of shrink wrap. What else is there to bring you? Let's, I don't know what I really want to look at without disturbing it. So maybe we should jump into the rulebook. Any questions, do let me know in the comments below on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So here's that scenario guide I did briefly mention. I know the first intro one has you playing 3 characters. Normally you're playing 5, which is obviously quite a few. 24-page rulebook, quite a nice glossy feel to it. Various conclusions to work through, and then there's an example around here too. So scenario 1, Clash at the Keep. So I believe you're playing with 3 characters. This seems to neatly fit in there, which is very cool. We've got something going on here which looks like how you can get other characters and stuff like this. Nothing so far as to say do not open, so it looks like we can just jump in and open something, or maybe I should just jump in and open something. So here we go, the various components. Check out my other D&D stuff. Also, you might be able to see other things you can support by crowdfunding, such as Dark and Tale, which is currently on crowdfunding, or at least coming to it. So just search for Dark and Tale. Maybe I can link through to it in this video. So we have the various game rounds that we're going to play through. Various cards, so check out my sleeving playlist as well. This is going on unboxing, teaser, trailer, preview, video playlist as well. I think I will open up one of these bags at least. But like the Dungeons & Dragons game, the Yawning Portal, which is by Hasbro or Avalon Hill and Wizards of the Coast, they chose not to use any plastic in that. So even though this is not published by them, it's been published by WizKids and licensed, maybe there's a requirement to do so to make sure that they did actually do everything with paper. So I don't know how I want to get everything out of here. This looks like it all sort of stays in place. I think you can just kind of nick these out like this, so that's quite effective. So various characters you can control, and you can spin these dials around, stuff like this. You have the description YouTube for any errata when I do the how to set up plan review, including checking out this one. What you can do, oh there you go, a little pin going on here. What you can be doing is heading through to that description, and via that you can find the podcast. You can also, or basically search, just go online and search your favourite podcast. If you can't find it, let me know. Just search the word AmassGames. Also pictures over on Instagram. Head through as well, there we go. So here are those painted miniatures. So I'm not using any lighting, additional lighting right now. I'm using natural lights. I think I might just put this on a little bit, because of course we're all going to get a shadow going on here. So that is rather nicely painted. And obviously I'm hoping it's been fine from a Chinese perspective. Oh dear, don't want to drop them. But yeah, I might be able to zoom in a little bit more. Can I get them to zoom in? Don't know if I can get on like that. I know that is where the camera is. There we go, it's kind of kicking in a little bit more. Little detail going on there. I think when I do that full video, it'll be a bit clearer. But of course, make sure you check out these images over on, as I said, on Instagram. So there we go, there's 4 different miniatures going in there. There's a dragon in here, I think that's this one here, number 5, so all these different numbers. Not quite sure why they have these numbers, but these bags do come out open quite easily, which is good, so I'm not sure if the bag is coated. I thought that actually would have come in a, here's the dragon, comes in various pieces, so it's nicely snarled up there. I would have thought it came with a nice insert, but it doesn't. But there is that, the young dragon. so it does look pretty cool. Not sure if I can play with that in the base game, in the first scenario. Also other games involving huge winged creatures, check out, I've also got stuff on the channel. Maybe if I haven't, I need to make a miniatures playlist too. So that will fit in there at some point. I need to make sure I get that in correctly. Of these, we also need to punch some stuff, so I'm not sure if those go in that little envelope here, but various things that we can nick into. Oof. But yeah, also stuff over on TikTok, on X, on Threads, and of course join the discussion over on Facebook. So here's the board, the main game board that we're going to be playing with. I think when I film this, I might even have it kind of set up, which is not normally how I do my how to set up play and review videos, but I think it'll be handy. So yeah, quite a nice dark view. I do know there's some issues whereby this kind of represents a higher location, and the shadow kind of shows you that it's higher, but you need to be aware of the fact that if you're here, then that is a difference. So just be aware of some of those things. I know that could be done better. So here are some things you can punch out. I don't want to punch much of this out because I'm trying to think how to store it. That's the trouble, of course, when you go for an option whereby yeah, it's paper free, or sorry, it's paper as opposed to plastic. I know there are obviously various considerations for both. Okay, so I'm trying to think how that is also going to fit in here. But for now, I'll leave you to it. This is Dungeons and Dragons. Obviously, this is Onslaught, a very cool name. But for now, back to the table.